Hello and welcome to Lauren Loves Color. This is Lauren. I am here to share 3 books with you today to do a flip-in review. 2 of these books are the newest releases by Sachin Sachdeva and not the newest release by Shershneva, but I just received this in the mail just a day or 2 ago, and so I wanted to share this book as well because this is a really fantastic book in case you haven't seen it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I am going to go through the 2 Sachin Sachdeva books first. I do also have individual flip throughs of these on Instagram, or if you are in Sachin Sachdeva's Facebook group, which I think is called Books by Sachin Sachdeva, or the Fun of Coloring by Number Facebook group. I do always post flip through videos of books as I receive them in the mail. And so all of these books are on there as well if you want to see those individual flip throughs or reference those again. But I'll also do a flip through here. Just a kind of a random side note is that I have received a ton of comments about my nails on Instagram and on YouTube. So if you're interested in knowing what I use to paint my nails to get this look, and it's starting to look a little janky now, but if you're curious to know a little bit more about my nails and what I use on my nails, stay tuned at the end of this video or fast forward. I will show you what colors I use, what nail polishes I use, and what I use most commonly on my nails. I do also have a new background here. I've ordered a couple of new desk pads just to kind of change it up a little bit. This one to me kind of screamed springtime. And so I just snagged it up along with another one that should be coming in the mail to me today. So I hope you enjoy kind of getting a little change of scenery. Back to the books. This is Easter, Color by Number by Sachin Sachdeva. This is the first book that I have owned of his that is this style, where it kind of has the swirly patterns throughout. That's Color by Number. I have to say this is probably, I don't know if it's my absolute favorite, but it might now be one of my absolute favorite books by Sachin Sachdeva. So much so that I have added the Festive Christmas, which is 50 images like this, but Christmas themed, and his Halloween one into my Amazon wish list because I love these so much. And I'm going to show you what method I use to color in these that I've just really fallen in love with. I've had this book sitting on the side of my desk, and I think I'm going to get to another image in here today, and I will probably, this might be a book that I finish because I love it so much. So let's dive into it. This is a Color by Number book. It's a little bit more, I guess I would say, simple. It's not as advanced. It's not like his adult coloring books. But there's still plenty to do as an adult in here to make, to have a really pleasurable time coloring. So he has his Color by Number series listed here, just a nice little intro. It does use, I'll show you on the backhand side, it does list here the kind of standard 21 color palette, that he uses, that he uses on all of his books. And then he has some images, from the book here and some of his other Color by Number books. So yeah, this Festive Christmas book, I think a lot of these books are on my wish list. I know I have Festive Christmas, Mermaid, Dollhouse, and Paisley Designs. I think all of those are in my wish list on Amazon. His Mandala book is really good too. That's Color by Number. I might even add that as well to my wish list, but he has a lot of really good Color by Number books. The one change from this book from some of his other books is that it does not have a glossy cover. It's almost this like soft matte cover. I'm really digging it. I really like it. It's fantastic for filming because you don't get the glare like what you do with some of the glossy covers. But yeah, I really enjoy it. So let's flip through this book. Of course, he always has this like really nice books belongs to page that I really should probably color at some point. But yeah, and we get to the images. He's always going to have all of the colors listed, not just the colors for the image, listed on the left-hand side, always with an adorable little motif that's up here. And then in the picture itself, the numbers are nice and large. If you have a vision impairment of any kind, this is what I would consider large print per se, because the numbers are not small. You can easily see the numbers in here in color. The pages are single-sided, so they're perfect for alcohol markers and any medium you want to use. I would think crayons would also work really well in this book. My kind of method of choice is alcohol markers. This is the first image I did, and this is a technique that I absolutely love. If you have seen my February completed pages, I think I have these listed in here. this is really a technique that I saw Nikki and Niagara do first that I kind of have used and absolutely love it. So what I do is I lay down a base color of alcohol marker and then outline each area in a slightly darker color. And I absolutely love the effect. I mean, for such a simple image, it gives a lot of depth to the image and I think really makes the image pop off the page. And the illustrations are so adorable that I think it really adds something to it. I mean, a bunny cake, like it's just super, super cute. Like the images in here are just really, really adorable and fun. I really, really love it. Like even this like Easter egg guy. And what held me back from buying a lot of these books for a while was the fact that I was afraid that they would be too simple and that I would lose my interest in them. But I will tell you, Sachin's illustrations are so good and there's just enough detail in them that if you use that technique, or even if you don't, that it still keeps it really, really interesting. And so I think I'm going to color a lot out of this book this month. Sachin Sachdeva did send me this book and the next book for review. And so I want to thank him for that because it really helped kind of get me over the hump with these books and to try it for the first time. And I love how it turned out. I mean, look at this. What a cute, adorable little bunny butt. Like, how can you not just fall in love with that? I mean, it's so, so cute. I love the Easter motifs. I don't have any Easter books. It's like a lot of publishers right now are coming out with spring themed related things. And when it's spring, it's mostly related to two things: birds, flowers, birds and flowers, I think, for the most part. And there's nothing wrong with that. Birds and flowers are fun and interesting to color for me. But when it kind of throws in a rabbit and little baby chicks as well, I mean, I think it just feels different enough to me to be interesting for spring. And like these cute, adorable little chicks with these eggs. And when you use Sachin Sachdeva's color palette, the colors just pop. He uses, what I love about his color palette is he uses a lot of really bright colors, like kind of bright contrasting colors. And so I feel like his colors in this book are just an absolute perfect fit because they're fun, they're happy, they're joyful. And I think around this time, around springtime and stuff, just something fun and colorful but simple is the way to go. This has been an extremely stressful spring for me, or not, it's not even spring yet. I think it's still winter. It's been extremely stressful for me. Just a lot going on with work, a lot going on in my personal life, and nothing bad, just kind of the normal day-to-day stress. And as I'm even hearing other color tubers talk, I don't know about you, but when I've been watching people's completed pages in February, everybody's kind of mentioning the same things. There's quite a lot of color tubers who didn't do as many completed pages just due to the stress. I think people start to feel a little bit fatigued. The fatigue from Christmas, from New Year's and things are starting to settle in for many people. You're kind of getting back to the normal day-to-day life. And so people just need something fun and simple. I see a lot of people doing the kind of one color books or the dots, lines, and spirals kind of thing. And so I would highly recommend pulling out a book like this or getting a book like this because I think it's kind of just what you need to unwind and to relax. For those of you who may be interested, and I don't know if you can see that. Can I zoom in a little bit? It's going to be hard because of the just the size of things, and I'm happy to send this to anybody. If you want to hit me up on Instagram or by my email, which I have linked down below, let me know if you want the color choices that I used in this book for I use my Cali Art brush markers, my 120 Cali Art brush markers. If you want to know what my color matches are for that, you can just send me a message. I do plan on, many of you guys like my Color Questopia color charts. I want to do the same for Sachin Sachdeva next, probably, in my link tree to have all of my color matches there for various markers. I'm not going to do that right now. Right now, I just kind of want to color, honestly. I just want to relax a little bit, but I'll get back on the bandwagon and I will start to post my color charts in a Google Sheets document that people have access to, so you can see what color choices I use, and you can use it as a guide. You can always mix it up or use something different, but I have here kind of what the base color is and then what the darker outline color is for these books. And I think, keep me straight, guys, I think I posted this on Sachin's Facebook group and on Instagram. If I didn't, please let me know, because I will post it there so that you can see what color choices I had, in case you want to borrow that idea as well. And if there's ever anything I do that you want to try, there were some people who were asking me permission. Creativity is not copyrighted, and I borrow techniques and ideas all the time from you all, and I'm inspired from the images that you all post on social media. I am not a terribly, I would say I'm not a terribly creative person, and so sometimes simple ideas come to me, but watching ColorTube a lot has inspired me to be a little bit more creative, to step outside the box. And if you ever see anything and you want to try it yourself, just try it. You don't have to ask my permission for anything. That's a really, really long-winded way of saying I am in love with this book. I really, really am in love with this book. This is one of my favorite books that I have received in 2021. I hope Sachin comes out with more books like this. I'm sure he will. This has kind of been his go-to for a little while. Like I said, I saw this with their Halloween book, and I know he has a Christmas book that I think has 50 images in it that are just like this, and I will be getting those this year. I know I will, because I'm going to purchase them by the end of the year if they're not gifted to me for my birthday or Christmas or something. So because I love them so much, but I do want to finish this Easter book first. And so this is going to sit right next to my desk, and I will continue to color in this book. Okay, let's move on, because we don't want to take forever. This is the 50 Animal Mandalas color by number by Sachdeva. This is the newest release that he has. Now, I'm pretty sure, I'm about 98% sure, that this book he's already released a little while back in his in a non-color by number style. So if you don't like color by number, excuse me, or don't want the color by number version, he has this. And the reason that I say that is because, number one, I love Sachdeva, and so I have looked through all of his books. But also in his 100 Best collection, he has a section of these mandalas in the non-color by number version. But of course, I'm a color by number lover, and so I thought this was really fun. So he also sent this book to me for review, so thank you to Sachdeva. And this has got 50 images in it, so it's really fantastic. Cute. This book belongs to page. This one, I will tell you, the color palette is condensed. So I think this has 16 colors in it, rather, as opposed to the 21 color palette that he had here. However, what I can tell you is what's really nice is that because this is condensed, it's the same colors though. Like, it's a condensed version of this palette. So for me, I already had marker matches to this palette. I was just able to pull the colors that I use in here for this book, if that makes sense. So it's not like you have to come up with like a whole new palette of colors or anything like that. And it might even be in alignment with Prachi's colors. Let me see. Hold, please. I wonder if it is. I thought about that earlier, because she has, yeah, she uses a 16 color palette as well. And I think this might be the same color palette. Now, his colors are a little bit in a random order. Like, for example, the browns are not next to each other. The blues are not next to each other. So he kind of has them in a different order. However, I think these are the same colors. Does he have magenta in here? No, he doesn't. No, so it's not exactly the same color palette. Yeah, there's only 2 greens in here, and he has a magenta. So the color palette is a little bit different. I thought it was going to be the same. It's not the same as Prachi's books. But like I said, it's the same colors, just condensed. I think I said that like 5 million times. Guys, I'm in a feisty mood today. So please ignore me. I just had my coffee this morning, and so I am, I'm a little bit hyped up. So these images are pretty amazing. They're pretty detailed for a color by number book. I would say they're pretty detailed. I colored one image out of here, and you guys will see it. I use my Teo Tree markers, and those worked beautifully. You do need something that's a little bit finer, so I would say like your Bic Ultra Fines or Sharpie Ultra Fines would work in here. Or if you use water-based markers, like Crayola Super Tips would work great in here too for this book. But I love the variety of animals. Like, look at that, guys. Isn't he cute? Is that a lemur? No, or is that a lemur? I don't know. don't know. I'm not the animal expert. I need to go to the zoo more, I guess. That's a hippo. But I love that they're surrounded by these kind of like flowers and vines, and they're all kind of different colors. So I'm really curious to see kind of how they complement each other. So yeah, so here's my little Teo tree marker match, and then this is the image that I colored. Now, I absolutely love this image. I'm going to see if I can scroll in just a little bit. This is a horse here with these just beautiful sunflowers. What I did is I used my Teo tree markers as a base. I went through and added just some minor details with my white gel pen, which I absolutely love doing. And then I experimented. I bought some distress inks, and so I was wanting to do a little bit of a background. And so this is what I did. It was a little hard because I couldn't quite get all the way around the mandala. And then, it's a little bit uneven. I may go back and kind of fix this up a little bit. I was doing this kind of quickly, after work before I had to go pick up my kids. And, I did this kind of quickly. And so I want to go back and just fix it up a little bit and, maybe make the background look a little bit better. But I do like the colors that I picked for the background. And I enjoyed kind of using my distress inks in here and just adding some additional colors. So I absolutely love this page. I think the colors and the choices that Sachin selected for this, and I used all of his colors that he recommended. I love the effect. So the images turn out really stunning. Look at this sloth guy. He's so cute. So I think if you're looking for something that is a little bit, the thing is, what's cool about this book is how unique it is. So I would say if you're looking for something a little bit different, because this book, I have not seen anything like this before. So this is extremely unique. But I love the different animals in here. I could definitely see too, these would be stunning with a combination of markers and glitter gel pens. This is perfect too. I'm so glad he included a turkey because that gives me a Thanksgiving image to color. They even have these cute little turtles and then a big turtle, some birds. He's got like sea life and land life and birds and reptiles. Like he's got a whole collection, and dogs and cats. So he's got a whole collection of stuff. I really was tempted to do these flamingos because I bet those are stunning. I'm sorry guys, I think I'm getting a little bit of a cold. Llama and the panda. This cheetah, I think the cheetah is actually on the front cover of the non-color by number book, and I bet you that is stunning. Rhino and the butterfly. Is that a ram? Maybe not. Ooh, that eagle is beautiful. I bet that's gorgeous. So, like I said, quite a large variety of different animals. So kind of something for everybody. And like I said, you know, it's 50 pages, so it's a pretty hefty book. Yeah, and like farm life, there's a cow, and a gorilla, crab. So yeah, I mean, these are really cool. Frog. There were a lot. I really debated about which one to do in here. And I kind of don't know why I chose the horse. But I don't know. I just ended up thinking, I kind of looked at some of the colors and I kind of thought that the horse against the sunflowers would be really beautiful. And I was right. I mean, the colors are just absolutely stunning. So, really beautiful. All of his social media, other books, color chart in the back are these flowers. Really cool, fun, and unique book. Oh, and this was new. I have not seen him do this in his books before, and I thought this was really cool. It's a quote from Oprah Winfrey that says, "Breathe, let go, and remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you know you have for sure." I was like, oh, isn't that cool? I thought that was neat. Color testing sheets in the back. And then, of course, the back of the book would just show some sample images and the color palette itself. So great job to Sachin. I think both of these books are just awesome. So I'm really happy to have these in my collection. And I will link the information for all of these books that we're reviewing down below. so that you can go see and pick yourself up a copy. Like I think I have mentioned before, if you do not follow Sachin Sachdeva on Instagram or Facebook, you really need to. When he posts his new books, he offers them for about a week at $4.99 at a cost. So if you see a book and you're like, ooh, I know that I want that book, go ahead and snatch it up because it's like $1 or $2 off of his normal price for his books. Jade Summer does the same thing. And I actually noticed, I gave Color Questopia some feedback. They also are doing that now too. They just did that with their Flowers and Gardens book, where they offered the book at $4.99 for like the first week that it opened, or for the first week that they had it. So a lot more publishers are doing that. So keep an eye out, follow them on social media, because that's a really good way for you to know not only about a new book release, but also to know about getting it at a lower price. And I mean, for a book like this that comes with 50 pages, that is a steal. That is a steal for a book that has this many pages. So pick yourself up a copy, enjoy coloring in it, and you know, I can't recommend these publishers enough, and that's why I work with them, because I think their books are just amazing. This is the Color by Color Stained Glass Mandala by Shershneva. This is the second in her series of 2 books. The first book that she came out with this is her Puzzle Animals, which I think everybody has seen. Excuse me. I really think I'm coming down with a cold. This is the Puzzle Animals book. So one thing, I've watched a lot of reviews of this book, and I've been so jealous because I've wanted this book so bad. People have not mentioned the size of this book, I think, in many reviews. This book is substantially shorter. This is like a mini book, which is good, because actually when, for this book, I think this is like a book that would be like super quick, simple, and easy to finish, because the images are so easy. So, I'm going to leave this book here because there are a couple of things, I think, to mention. So I had an opportunity to review this Puzzle Animals book, and in reviewing this book is absolutely stunning and fantastic. If you haven't seen it, a lot of colors have showed images out of here. There were a couple of things. This book here, and I'm going to show the difference between the two. This book here follows the same color palette. These two have the same color palette. They're the same idea, basically, that there are outlines of colors and you're filling them in with that associated color to complete the image. So it is not color by number, it is color by color. It uses a standard color palette, which is one of my absolute favorite color palettes, which follows the Sun Life Drawing color palette that's listed. She keeps the same color palette throughout all of her books, which is really great. The thing to know about this book, and I gave her some feedback about this when I reviewed the Puzzle Animals book, is that sometimes on some of these images, let's see. Okay, let's pick one that's portrait. Is that sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between some of the colors. You really have to pay attention. You almost kind of have to, I found myself almost kind of having to plan. So like, for example, this image includes a lot of different colors. When I get to things like the red, orange, and orange, it might be really hard to tell the difference between each of them. And so I really have to pay attention and kind of plan and say, okay, can I clearly see the difference between them? And then these swatches are so small that it's a little bit hard to be able to compare the colors very well. So it's not impossible at all. It's much easier actually to see this in person than it is to see through the camera. But I kind of mentioned it would be nice to have the outlines a little bit bigger just so you can more easily and clearly see the colors. So the amazing person that Shershneva is that, of course, she takes it, feedback extremely well. She actually, on the inside of this book, it is going to be so hard to tell, guys, from here. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit so that maybe you can see. She did increase the sizes of the colors that are outlining the area. That then gives it a much easier time to be able to see what colors go in what area. So if you were afraid of that with this larger Puzzle Animals book, or if you got the Puzzle Animals book and you're like, yeah, it's kind of hard to see the colors a little bit or things like that, this book is improved. The spring book that is coming out now, she is trying and wanting feedback on as well. And so when I get that book, I'll let you guys know my thoughts about it, is that she's removing the black lines and it's just going to have the colors surrounding each area. So I'm very curious to see how that works. The other improvement that she made to this book as well is the changes in the color palette. So you'll see on the left hand side she has listed the colors just for that image, but you'll see there's far less colors included in the image itself. So it's not like you're trying to figure out this kind of jumbo list of colors to figure out what goes in the image. She mentioned to me that she intentionally made less colors in the mandalas, and then you also see she made these larger swatches. So it's easier for me to kind of simply take my page and kind of pull it over here to kind of compare some of the colors to see, okay, well, which color does this match? You're also able to remove this very front page if you wanted to. It is going to affect this page here, but you can also remove this page here and also use this to kind of compare to some of the colors in here just to see what the, you know, what colors are actually included in each of the pages. So with that being said, those are the improvements that she's made to the book. So let's go ahead and just do a quick little flip. This is an amazing book. This book and the Easter book by Sachin Sachdeva are going to be two of my favorites for spring. I already know, just because of the simplicity of them, and the images are just absolutely stunning. So there are 20 images in this book. I think this book, when I saw online, is $9.99. It's, of course, on that super, like, premium glossy paper. From reviews, I've only used alcohol markers in this book, but other people have told me that water markers work great in this book as well. I absolutely love the colored background. I love that you can kind of already see what colors are going to be in the image. I think that's really nice, but once you color in the colors, it's amazing how different it looks from just simply looking at the outline itself. Because of the size of this book too, and the images being a little bit smaller, I really love that because it makes for a really, really quick color. This is definitely going to be the next image that I do. I think these dragonflies are just beautiful. Excuse me, guys. I just think these look absolutely stunning. So this was the image that I did. I did this cute fish guy here, and I absolutely love it. It's so easy and relaxing. This probably took me an hour and a half to do. Super, super simple. I used my Cali Art markers on here, just kind of my regular small nib and chisel. And then I switched to my Copics and switched to a brush style marker. And I will say that is life-changing. I am not going to use my regular small nib markers in here anymore. If you have brush tip markers, whether that be Cali Art or Hoo-Hoo, Copics, whatever, brush tip markers are a dream, an absolute dream in this book. So that will be what I use moving forward because I loved that experience so much on this paper. They just glide across the paper so nicely. And so I absolutely love the effect and just how beautiful they look on this paper. So, I finished this guy, and you'll see when you do use alcohol markers that it does obviously bleed through the page. But you can still very easily see what colors are listed on the opposite side to use for your page. So that doesn't really bother me. If you're really concerned about that, I would suggest you use alcohol markers. I mean, water-based markers. What am I saying? Use water-based markers in this book. So, yeah, absolutely stunning. Great job, Kira. I love this. I love this so much. I love this series so much. It's just, again, it's like these publishers are coming out with such new and unique content to color, and it's so exciting. Like, it's so exciting as a colorist, especially kind of a color by number aficionado as I am, to see new color by number books kind of done in different ways and how creatively they're done. So love, love, love this book, Kira. And guys, if you have not picked this up, this is a must-have. Add this to your wish list now. you've got to get this book. This book is phenomenal. And I can't wait to see the spring book too. I think it's going to be awesome, but I think she plans on continuing this series because of the feedback she's received by this, all the positive feedback. And I hope she continues to do these because these are just awesome. So with that being said, I am done with the book portion of this video. And so thank you guys for joining me for that if you were here for the books. If you're here to learn more about my nails and to learn what I use, please stay tuned. I want to go through because I've gotten a lot of questions about what colors I used here. So I just wanted to put it out in a video just so you have a reference to know what I use, because I use like super, super cheap nail polish. So I actually found out, I was watching a YouTube video, and this sounds crazy. This is going to sound super crazy to you guys. I was watching a YouTube video of a lady organizing nail polish in a Walmart. Guys, I know it's crazy. It's like my husband constantly tells me, he's like, have you found the bottom of the internet yet? And I think I found the bottom of the internet. Because literally I was sitting on the couch the other night and I was just watching a video of a lady organizing nail polish in a Walmart. It was the most relaxing thing. And guys, she has like a series of these videos where she goes into Walmarts and different stores and organizes nail polish. But I was like, number one, not only a great way to learn about what nail polishes are out there at Walmart, but also like I love like organizing things, seeing things clean, especially because I live with 2 little kids and my house is just a disaster zone all the time now. Seeing somebody organize something is so therapeutic to me. So as she was organizing, I saw these here, and I'm going to flip these this way so that you can see them. These are the LA Colors Color Craze Gel Extreme Shine line. Now it looks like, at least from what I could tell, that there's multiple lines. There's like a neon line and then a pastel line. These at my Walmart were not organized very well and were all kind of mixed together. And so these were the colors that I got. Now, they are very, very inexpensive. I want to say that they were like $1.85 or $2 a piece. They were, but I'm pretty sure they were less than $2 a piece for these nail polishes. And I have been on the hunt for some more like pastel, springy kind of colors to do like exactly this. And so that's where I found these. Now for the nail polishes that I have, I did choose this color, this one, and this one. These 2 colors I did not put on my nails. However, I do like both of these and can see myself wearing them individually. This one is the color Chatty. This one is the color Awesome. And I don't think I got all of the colors because when I went back and looked at that video again, they had other colors like some pretty pastel blues. And I think there's also a yellow, but I didn't see those in the store. So I may go to a different Walmart and just go take a look and see what other colors they have. Excuse me, I am just really, really congested. This one is Girl Talk. This one is Stardom. Rockin' It, Zany, and Graphic. Those are the colors that I used on my nails. Now I will tell you, these are cheap nail polishes and these are cheap for a reason. They are not terribly, they're not like a 1-coat coverage. I think I ended up using about 3 different coats to get to a point to where I felt good about the color. So they're cheap nail polishes, but I mean, for something easy, cute, for spring, I thought these were a lot of fun. What I did over the top of these was I used, this is Hollow Taco, which I don't know if many of you are familiar with her or not, but she's a YouTuber and she, it's Christine, and her name is, her YouTube channel name is called Simply Nail Logical. She has her own, she's hilarious, but she has her own nail polish line, and she's really known for kind of her holographic nail polishes, but she also came out with these, I think are the unicorn skin nail polish line. And so this one is in the colorway Aurora. And so I added a couple of coats on the top of my nails with this as well, and then just kind of a clear top coat. I usually use, and I have it actually sitting next to me at my desk, this is the SE Speed Setter top coat, and this is what I normally use as my top coat on my nails. But yeah, I did two or 3 coats of the Holo Taco as well to just kind of add some iridescent shine to it. And I love how that came out. And then also for those of you who may or may not be familiar, because this will be what I do with my nails the other half of the time if I don't paint them, is that I use Color Street. You may or may not be familiar with these. These are like nail polish strips. They're almost like peel on or peel off nails. A lot of YouTubers use these. I see these a lot. Emily at her YouTube name is Color Me Impressed, or she has an Instagram called the Butterfly Hater, and I'll link her information down below. She sells Color Street. I used to sell these a long time ago. I don't anymore. So this is not like sponsored or anything. I actually purchased these from her site. These are nail polish strips. Each of these are 2 manicures a piece, and you can put them on. They last a lot longer than when I paint my nails. These usually last for about 2 weeks, and they're really nice. And if you want your nails to look perfect, this is the way to go. They always have online like a buy 3 get 1 free kind of deal. And so I really like to use these. I got these from her. I purchased these also. You'll see these because they're kind of springtime fun colors. This by far is my consistent favorite glitter that I've used from Color Street. It kind of matches everything, and I get so many compliments on how sparkly these are. These are Tokyo Lights is the colorway for this set that I absolutely love. I got this one, which is kind of a multi-holographic looking kind of rainbow sparkle on top of a pastel purple. This one is in the colorway Glamsterdam. So I thought that was really fun for Easter. I got these because I've seen this color come out and I've just really wanted some, just kind of a nice pastel-y, girly pink color. Almost, this is a little bit of a cooler tone pink, but kind of almost matches this pink. This is in the colorway Himalayan Salt. I thought those are really pretty. And then I got these for Easter, and so it's kind of an Easter eggy pattern mixed with some just kind of clear bluish purple sparkle. And this is in the colorway Egg Extravaganza. So hilarious. So you will see me use these as well, so I thought I'd get ahead of the game and just show you what nails I will be using over the next few weeks and videos. So you will see all of these probably at some point in time throughout the month of March and into April and May. With that being said, that is all that I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here are the 3 books that I mentioned. Again, go check these out in the description box below. The links there will take you directly to these books if you would like to look at them online. There are flip throughs of these as well on Instagram, Facebook, and Amazon for you to look at. Highly recommend all 3 of these. That's what makes my job so easy, is that when I find books that I can review that I absolutely am in love with, and just these are amazing. So go check them out. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.